Hello, hello, hello. Today we are going to be taking care of a little issue with the Cadillac Escalade. I'm having a slight, like a really small leak, maybe a drop or two every couple weeks or every week or so. So I got underneath the car and, at first I thought it was the rear main seal. I actually ended up ordering the parts, but then when I actually got it, got underneath it and started, checking it out, I realized it doesn't look like it's coming from the rear main seal, which is good because that way I don't have to remove the transmission and such. So it looks like it's just the leak is coming from a block off for like an oil cooler block off. So I'll put a picture up there, and it's most likely just a gasket. So reading online, it looks like it's something that's common. And this vehicle has over 100,000 miles. I've never had any issues, any leaks or anything with it. But obviously it's always concerning. But I went ahead and ordered the gasket, and we're going to take care of that today. All right, so I'm taking a look at the leak here. So you'll notice oil, I guess, coming down through here. It accumulates. But what it looks like is, to me anyway, is that the oil is coming from that cap right there, where the two bolts are. To me, that seems to be the culprit. Looking up top, you can see oil all around this thing. And we're gonna open up this, but I've already opened this up to take a look at the rear main seal, I guess where the transmission bolts up to the engine. Last time I removed that, it was dry. All right, so I took a screwdriver, just popped this open, pry this open. Now, if you look inside, I'm trying to get the light up there. Everything looks pretty dry in there. The wall here looks dry. Back here, there's no oil. So that leads me to believe that it's not the rear main seal. I don't see any oil in there. So at this moment, that leads me to believe it's definitely coming from that stop there, that plug. Sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to remove that plug and change out the gasket.
I think it's slipped off.
All right, so what we did is we took the wheel off on the driver's side and we used an extension with a swivel in order to reach the 10mm bolts on the plug.
This way is much better.
All right, so we took the plug out. There's definitely a lot of buildup from the top side of this. So I'm guessing it was probably leaking for a while now. And there's the gasket. So these are 10mm bolts. I got the new gasket that I ordered for about 10 bucks. So we're just gonna clean this up and put the new gasket on and put it back up. Oh. All right, so we're just gonna lightly sand surfaces to get rid of anything that was on there. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna put the gasket on here, and we're gonna put some high temperature RTV gasket maker on top of the, in addition to the gasket. All right, so I didn't end up draining the oil. I just took that cap off. I went up through I took the tire off and I went through the fender well in order to get to it, and with extensions. And that's what it looks like. But definitely there's oil on top. The top it was caked on, so I'm pretty sure that that's where the oil leak was coming from. And it's most likely was coming off from the top of this, because I didn't see as much on the bottom, but definitely all around it is where the oil was. So I'm just waiting for this oil to stop coming out so I can go ahead and put the new gasket and the RTV on there. All right, so we have the gasket here. It's a GM part number 126-11384, and we're gonna go ahead and put that on this on the old plug. All right, so once we've put the gasket back on, we're going to put a bead also on the back side of it. This will go up against the oil pan. All right, these are bolts.
Yep.
All right, so I've gone and I'm hand tightening these on. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab the extensions up through there and go ahead and tighten them down, but hopefully that's gonna get rid of that leaking issue. And we're just gonna hand tighten this. All right, that should be tight now. Let me go to the other one. Okay, go ahead.
I think that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna be it. Just gonna clean it up a little bit, clean this whole area up. Put this plate back on. And that's what it's looking like. All right, so we finished tightening everything up. You know, you can see the gasket there, the gasket sealer kind of come out. We're gonna clean that up a little better. And, you know, but everything, we're gonna start the car, make sure it's not leaking, and go from there. All right, so we went ahead and we, you know, turned the car on, let it run for a while, checked to see if there's any leaks. There's definitely no leaks coming out. Try to clean up as much as the old oil that was down there as I could. The final step is to just check the oil levels, because obviously we drained a little bit of oil out of there. So I'm just going to top it off, and we should be good to go from there. All right, so I just took the dipstick out, you know, cleaned it off with a rag, and put it back in and took it out again, and the reading is, you know, definitely above the little hash marks there. So it's, you know, it's past the 5th hole, and that's how you can tell, you know, the oil is in the hole. So honestly I probably won't even add oil to this. There might have been, you know, a little bit, you know, too much oil in there. But I'm gonna let the car sit maybe overnight, and I'll check the oil again later. And if need be, then I'll go ahead and I'll top it off. All right, so that's going to do it for today. We've gone ahead and changed the gasket on that plug on the oil pan, and you know, so far there's no leaking coming from it. You know, we'll keep an eye on it, you know, for the next couple days, weeks, and see how it goes. But really, I think that's what it is. I've been reading online, and a lot of, you know, it's a common issue. And definitely put the RTV on there. It's just an extra security step. But I just want to thank you. If you enjoyed the video, if it helped you out, just go ahead and like, share, and definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you. Take care.